This, let's see if this fucking works. Is it gonna capture it? There it is. Alright. Hi. Gonna go ahead and check my audio real quick. How's it looking? Nice. That'll do. So, some things. Past few days, I've been playing Phasmophobia again. Super fun game. If you don't know about it, maybe by now, I'm not sure why you wouldn't, but yeah, you should check it out. It's a ghost hunting game. I'm actually gonna probably make a little bit more content on it because it's super fun. Anyways, thank you to everybody who stops into the video, whether it be live or after the recording. I appreciate your help and I appreciate your support. Yeah. So, before we get on into this relic cracking and farming fucking endeavor for a good couple hours here, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be fun. Go ahead and give the video a like and drop a subscribe if you like what you see. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So we're going to do a couple things here first. Going to just kind of ease into it, you know. Not going to rush anything. Not doing it. That's weird. I keep smelling burning electronics. And then also I got to send a Discord chat thingy. Just to make sure. Alright. So, one of the things I actually just did. Actually, there's too many things floating through my head, so give me just a second here, because I formatted my Squidgetti. I formatted it. Alright, and I need to put my stuff back, because it kind of sucks right now. So, where is a screenshot? I took a screenshot of it right before. Not downloads. Desktop. There we go. Wait, no, it's pictures. That's right. Screenshots. There it is. Ooh, that was full screen. Alright. Excuse me. So see what we had on this. So we had, yep, all of those. Then we had Organ Shatter. Right. We had North Wind. Okay, we got that. Melee Prowess, yeah, we got that. Fever Strike and Fury. Okay. Yeah, Fever Strike and Fury. Not that Fever Strike, though. Want that one. Okay. Yeah, we're looking good now. That's right. Okay. Well, that's ridiculous. I literally put a forma on this to get 7 more slots. That's ridiculous. I don't want to format again. I really don't. So I'm not going to. I was not happy without it. Here's another thing we had going on. I got a whole lot of stuff being built right now. For one, got Wisp being built, which is pretty awesome. Got the Soma, got the Viper, the Hind, the Grakata, the Burston, and the Bolto. So the Bolto and the Viper are going to be leveled up and then turned into, was it the Hystrix? So yeah, that's going on. And then the Gracata, I gotta build another one. Yeah, for the twin Gracatas. Yeah. Anyways, that's the deal. Oh, the other thing I did, unfortunately, it was off stream, but I actually made a 70. I think I had 9-ish plat already because I got ripped off the night before from doing a really bad trade, but I just wanted to get the plat anyway, so I kind of screwed myself over. Anyways, yeah, I got a pretty rough deal. So, but I found a fair deal, fair trades last night, and your boy made some plat, legit, just from farming relics. So, this is actually something that I can positively recommend to other people. I might just make a video on it. It's something that I can actually, you know, get into the swing of doing myself. Because if I can do it, y'all can do it for sure. All right. Back to the explanation. Sorry, I'm all over the place right now. So what I'm doing right now is I'm farming for H6 relics because Hildren Prime blueprint, right? The Prime access. I think they said something about it going away on the 27th of this month. So it's July. Yeah. So yeah, that's the only piece I need. I have his Prime. Geez, I have all of his stuff already built in my inventory, but yeah, I do, right? Yep. Okay. Yeah, I must be tripping. That is all right. These motherfuckers still really ain't texting me back. I guess we are doing our separate stuff tonight. It's just solo me. All right. Fun. So yeah, the two, actually not even the two, the 3 relics that I have my eyes on right now are the H6 because of the Hildren Prime blueprint, the Neo C2 for the Corvus Prime barrel, which is what I need to level up my syndicate. And then I actually don't have any right now because I already ran them all, but it is the Meso P11. It's the one right after this one. And I'm getting that one because of the Karis Prime handle. It's the P11. There it is. Yep. It's an uncommon drop and the dual Karis Prime handle. I just need 2 of them. That is all I need. I've leveled them up. I've not leveled them up. I've done just about everything I can to try to get those, and it will drop everything on either side of it. It will either drop uncommon or it will drop the rare drops. It is so hard to get it to drop in between. And I think I've already ran, like probably 20 of them things. That was the other thing, is when I was selling my stuff for prime parts, or for fucking platinum, when I was selling my prime parts for platinum, I sold the fucking the dual Karis prime blades. Sold both of those, and I forgot to sell the actual blueprint because it was like 4 o'clock in the morning and I was tired. So yeah, I fucking sold those. I only had 2 relics for those, and I forget which one it was, so I'm actually gonna look it up so I don't say something stupid. Geez, which one was it? The N22. That's what it was. I only had 2 of those left, and I did 2 Neo Fisher runs, and I got one consecutively after the other. Just like that. It was weird. It's weird. But the other one, nah, can't get it. So anyway, back to this. The priority right now is Hildren Prime Blueprint. And yes, yes, I'm aware I could buy it, but really don't want to. It's the other thing I need to get is some freaking void traces. So we just gonna get up in there and get them friggin'. We're just gonna get up there and yeah, we're gonna get them relics. Yeah, boy. I am so tired. Chilling. I am chilling on about 5.5 hours of sleep. I've been up since 10:30. I am exhausted, but it's a good day to be exhausted because I have to go back to work tomorrow. There we go. Don't know why my voice cut out. Anyways. So yeah, I gotta go back to work tomorrow. Gotta work for 2 days, and then I get 2 days off, so it's a good deal.
Operator, incoming transmission. It's from Fortuna.
Oh yeah.
Conduits. Put the key in.
We get in there.
Pull the shinies out. Trick is, you gotta wait to open. Something happens to the conduit before you can pull the goods. You don't get the goods. Ever. Also, the bleeders Alad sold the tech to will try to kill ya. Give that console the old bypass so we can get this thing started. This isn't your regular vault job. Alad V sold the conduits with interference routines specifically designed for the Tenno. Don't you worry though. I've got some workarounds. Conduit keys are carried by high-ranking muckety mucks.
Yeah, well, where are they at though?
See what they've got.
Wait, is he running Nidus, dude? No, that's gotta be Valvan. That's a fucking nifty, tricky little spot for that.
Find a matching conduit. Hear that beeping? Demo unit's on its way.
Come on.
Alright, which one is active here? God damn it, dude. I fucking hate these little stupid little freaking ledges on these things. Nope, it's coming from the other side.
Demo units looking to depart this mortal coil and take you with it. Keep it clear of that conduit.
I don't understand why my fucking Exalted Blade keeps going, like, keeps going back. Like, it's hard to explain. I really don't understand. Like, I'll pull it out, right? And I'll start lashing away like that. But for some reason, every single time I start using it on those fucking demolisher fuckers. See, watch. It's out. See what I'm talking about?
Here to live up to your reputation.
It's fucking weird.
And try again.
Okay, we got an A16.
Safety's off. We kicked a clown car. Here we go.
Is this, it is. I'm not a big fan of, when Volt joins the lobbies. Not when I'm just trying to chill.
You got out while you still could. Smart move.
You're fucking kidding. Why? Why? This is so confusing. Why would you join this, of all missions, why would you join this one mission and then only stay one round? That's so weird. I don't understand why they do that. I mean, it would be one thing if we were like really suffering, but we weren't.
Check, ejected.
Bro, you're kidding. Come on, dude. I'm not going. I'm not doing it. No.
We got as much as we're getting, hotshot.
Dude, this is irritating.
A vapor trail.
Seven and 13, and they're trying to leave like right now. I hate you guys. That is incredibly irritating.
Way ahead of you. Time to hit the path.
What was the fucking point of that? Ah, jeez. Do we get company? I guess. Oh. Hi.
Oi.
Oi.
What up?
Chillin'.
Noise. Same.
Yeah. Just playing some War Frizzles. Trying to get some relic nizzles.
Hi, that's racist.
I'm so sorry. That actually kind of hurt my throat.
Maybe you shouldn't say it anymore. No, I'm joking.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to get those. I'm trying to get those. What you call them?
Yeah.
Yeah, those
What?
those Hildren Prime blueprints, before they take them away.
I mean, it's new, right?
Kinda.
I mean, if it's part of the Prime accessory pack or like Prime pack, so it's not gonna leave for like 3 months.
Yeah,
Well, it might be less than that, but
I'm trying to get them while I can, and then I'm trying to get those fucking dual Keras Prime fucking handles. It's the Meso P11 for that relic, and it just does not want to drop it for me. Doesn't matter what I do. I've ran like 20 of them fucking things, and it just will not drop. So
oh, like the relic itself.
no, the reward.
Oh, so like they're saying you can't even get that Meso relic.
No, I can get the Meso relic, but it's like I said, I've already gone through about 20 of them. I don't have any more.
Oh no, that's what I meant. Like you can't break the relic to get what you want. Yeah.
Yeah. My bad. I misunderstood.
Yeah, RNG is not good.
Nah. It's good for me
Very-
sometimes when I don't
very
want nothing.
hurtful. Yeah, but for some things that you actually want though, like it's gonna make you dig deep.
Yeah.
It wants to fuck with your emotions first, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how she works. If you didn't want that, you're good to go.
Yeah.
You'd have it in a day.
That's the thing I don't like. That's that shit I don't like about
That shit I don't like.
Oh, yeah. It's the stuff like with the lith relics, for example, because I don't ever ever fucking upgrade my lith relics. I just generally have a shit ton of them,
Right.
and like
They're
not
really easy.
your shit ton, but you know, a shit ton to me, right? So, anyways, I don't ever do anything with them. I just run them. I do lith missions to get fucking void traces. That's just kind of what I do.
Yeah,
And yeah, I get like fucking super rare rewards out of them for not doing anything with them. And then yeah, when I'm running the ones that I do want, it's like, fuck you, bud.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bud. This is what you get. We gave you your good RNG earlier with the things you didn't want.
Right.
On a positive note, I made like 70 plat last night, which was cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I found somebody who didn't want to rip me off.
Nice.
Yeah, he actually posted in the trade chat like what he wanted to pay for certain Ducat items.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking perfect. Like that's literally, I was just like, I have a few things that are specifically for for those prices. It was great.
Yeah. You should sell your shit at what his price of asking was then, unless somebody asks higher, and then
See
up your
that?
price based on what people want.
That's the
And
thing.
I know you're gonna say is like you're not getting any bites, but dude, patience is key.
Dude, hang on.
I cannot
got
tell
this
you how
fucking-
I would literally spend like a. Oh, sorry, what?
Oh no, I had like a fucking fish hook in my mouth. Basically,
Oh, shit.
it was like not an actual fish hook. It's like a piece of fucking dip.
Oh.
That was like hard as a piece of metal, dude. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was just really preoccupied.
Say, I can't even tell you how many times I would sit in trade chat for probably an hour or two, just fucking baiting people and trying to get somebody to fucking buy it. And all of a sudden you get this one dude that's just like, oh fuck yeah, I'll buy it. And then they'll even offer to buy other things that you have that you're gonna be surprised. You're gonna be like, damn, they actually want that too.
Right.
And they're still gonna pay pretty decent. So there is people though, to be honest though, I'm gonna say it like this because I don't know if it's clan people or not, but there are people that are more into the whole, I'll buy everything, and then never have to worry.
Yeah. Whether they're just the people that constantly
They
buy shit
don't-
off you.
Yeah, they don't care about grinding. They're just like, oh, I'll buy plat every once in a while and then just fucking spend it all.
Yeah.
And those are the people that they'll spend, what is it, like 150 for the fucking 4,000 plat or whatever the fuck it is, or $100, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know.
Yeah, they're probably those type of people that are, Just totally fucking ball out. Just drop like $300 on the game on a 60% off plat.
Yeah, it's not even. They don't even give a shit about the money. They're all about the whole, like, I just want to get everything, and
Yeah.
they'll do it like that too, where they're gonna say it's for ducats,
Mhm.
but they're actually buying frame parts or weapon parts at a way discounted price technically.
Yeah, and that's okay with me.
Yeah.
'Cause
It's just
I'm not really
they're
doing much
still
with it.
they're still actually like getting what they want, and they're willing to pay a decent price for it. And if they base it off ducats, you got to remember each part has one ducat that's up there, like up to 100. You know,
Yeah.
so
I was actually going to start saving my 100 ducat pieces and putting them on the Warframe market. Now that I actually have like a little bit of plat to work with.
yeah. So that's another thing. You can invest your plat too already. Like I guarantee you could, if you look up what primes are getting like pulled out that are gonna disappear for, you know, the next 6, 7, 8 months.
Yeah, I think
You can always
I think
buy
Aura
those
Prime
and
was
just hold
supposed
on
be-
to them until they're fucking not available, and then just sell it later at an absorbent price. Just depends on the weapon or prime too, though, because like you could get a prime frame. Like, let's say you fucking got a prime Nyx, right? And or Nyx prime, and you're holding on to it, and then that rolls around, you're gonna try to sell it. Nobody's gonna want to buy it because first of all, Nyx prime is ancient, so a lot of fucking people already have those plans or blueprints. So there's that, and also most people that play the game, even as newbies, kind of like they go on the whole like, well, what's the older primes, and they base the price off their age. So there's a few that I can say that are older that always will have that chance to be really expensive, which is Ember, Frost, and fucking Loki. Like those are the original 3 that for sure. Even Rhino Prime, like when he comes for like he chills for a while. They'll have him out, yeah, he's coming all over the place for
Yeah,
like,
dude.
you know, like 3 months. And
Damn.
then when he's gone, he used to be one that was really limited. It was like literally like maybe a month. They did the same with Ember and Frost, and I think they still do because they do like the seasonal things. So you can't get Ember until either winter time or summertime, literally. And then same with Frost, it's vice versa. Like I think you get Frost during the summer, and then you get Ember during the winter. It's the only times they're available, and they're only available for like a month or 2. And they're fucking relics, pretty fucking hard to get either way, because RNG, you know.
Yeah.
And also the fact that the hardest part is obviously the hardest relic to get, which is the Axie, and that shit sometimes can take you fucking ages to even get like 5 of the relics, you know? Like you'll spend a couple hours a night for a whole week and you might get 5 relics, maybe. So those definitely worth holding on to and then selling when you know they're fucking vaulted.
Yeah.
There's definitely other frames at this point too that are like that as well. I just don't know because they've added a lot, and I don't know what's considered OP anymore. I thought Mirage was a pretty good bet right now because she used to be insanely overpowered, but I remember now that they reduced her one ability to where it's like essentially you have like 8 drones of yourself or some shit.
Right.
Or it might be 6 drones or something like that. Either way, it's like a shitload of copies of yourself, and everywhere you shoot your main weapon, they also shoot that same weapon with the same damage. Used to literally be matching damage to what you had. Then they nerfed it down to where each drone only did like 25%, I think, of what your damage was. But there were mods that helped with that anyways, and it kind of made her still pretty fucking OP. And then there's this one weapon, and it's called like the, oh shit, it's a syndicate weapon called like the core or something like that. I don't remember what it is exactly. It's like the Sicker Prime, or not Sicker Prime, Sicker, whatever named for their fucking syndicate thing. Hexus something, whatever, like whatever that syndicate is, the robot dude.
Yeah. Talking about the syphilis, dude?
Yeah. No, well, no, not syphilis. Not syphilis. Fucking syphilis, bro. Name's syphilis. No, shit, I can't remember what it is. The syndicate, though, like not like a difference. Like you know how there's like 5 syndicates you can choose from.
Yeah.
Okay, one of those has like all fucking robotic styled like weapons and shit.
Okay.
Oh wait. No, that is right. That is right. You're right. Syphilis.
Yeah, I just don't like scanning shit.
I was thinking of Samaris for some reason.
Isn't it the same one, right?
He's
Cephalon
also
Samaris?
he is also a Cephalon, but the one for the Syndicate is different.
Hmm.
I can't remember exactly what's on that right now. But anyways, yeah. Damn, I don't even. Kind of confused because all of a sudden I'm trying to remember, like, there's 3 versions of that weapon. There's the base version that you can get just by like buying the blueprint from your fucking blueprint parts from your fucking clan, and then there's the one you get from the Syndicate. I swear to God, they might have actually made like a prison version or some shit like that as well. That's technically, it's almost exactly the same as the Syndicate one, but it's like different damage type. But what you wanted was the Syndicate one because it automatically had magnetic damage. And you could throw on other fucking elemental mods and make it way more powerful. And if you ran Mirage with that thing, and you spam the bullets a couple times, it just sucked everything into it and just fucking explodes in a fucking glorious amount of loot.
Nice.
Yeah, you can't do it anymore, I don't think.
Damn.
But it was the thing.
Shit.
Yeah, they nerfed anything that was overpowered like that at this point, it seems. Kind of. But yeah. Again, it's still probably pretty fucking powerful, but not only did they, I believe, nerf the damage again on Mirage, but they, I don't know. I don't know, the only weapon that I can stay like comfortable playing with right now is the Ignis, because I know it's already pretty fucking overpowered, but it does have a pretty quick cap, so like anything over like level fucking 60, 70,
Yeah.
it's really hard to kill. But you can cause a lot of status damage, which helps really well with that fucking condition overload. So if you have other status types on the Ignis, and then you fucking come up and fucking slide and slash, you kill it instantly, because the condition overload is already at, 200 or 300% damage increase. So that's cool.
Hell yeah.
But again, yeah, they've nerfed a lot of fucking good shit. I still am butthurt about the whole Ember thing. I'll always be butthurt. Because I found the perfect mods. I looked on YouTube for hours, probably 10, 15 hours of me watching YouTube videos on how to build the best Ember you could, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I still found a way to make her more powerful. And I was playing with that one dude that I was telling you about, that he played for, like, he was friends with my friend. That's how I ended up meeting him. But he played a lot longer too. And he recommended a bunch of the YouTubers that I was watching. And there's one Syndicate mod that is super overlooked, but essentially what it did, it's not overlooked anymore, because, well, obviously other people found it too, and somebody on YouTube was just like, oh yeah, don't forget about this. But essentially what it does is, if you get energy drops from enemies, and then you kill an enemy, you have a buff of plus 150% damage from your Warframe until that ability stops working. Well, you used to be able to have it set up to where Ember could essentially run her, like I said, it was like a fucking layer of lava all around her in like a big circle forever. Like you would never have to not have it because with the proper mods, the energy usage was slow as fuck and you were always just getting random energy drops. So I was able to go up to level fucking 45 enemy plus maps and insta kill them just by like running
Oh, that
around the
sounds
map.
nice.
Yeah, it was awesome. And like I said, people complained and then they nerfed the living fuck out of her. I believe they not only weakened the damage, they reduced the amount of radius that she could ever have with any mods. Like, doesn't matter, she's way less than what it used to be. And her ability costs way more energy to not only cast, but during use. And it works way different too. It's like an initial blast, and then it slowly decreases in damage, I believe, or some shit. Like, they really fucked her up. And that's when I told you, like, I quit for like a week or two before I started playing again, because I was just like, well, that was my bae.
And they took her away.
They took her away. They took my bae away. Apparently there's gonna be some nerfs and buffs in this game in Fallout soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I click on any of the videos, they don't say anything about the nerfs. It's always about the buffs, and the buffs are apparently, well actually I read it today, never mind, I'm gonna take that back. They can't talk about the nerfs because it specifically says on the thing that the patch notes will be released on the day that the patch comes out. So we don't know what they're nerfing yet. Nobody does. Except for them. The them. But this game is also kind of a game, like, it's very different obviously, like it's nothing like Warframe, but they listen to the player base a lot, and they have a lot of that whole like, hey, what's super overpowered? Is it too overpowered or is it not? Like, if it's too overpowered, we need to figure out a way to either make it not effective against certain enemies, not as effective as certain enemies, or we need to like nerf it altogether or get rid of it. So there was this thing in the game where energy weapons had explosive damage, which was broken to high fucking heaven. Like, the way the code is made for the game, with energy explosive damage, you would get like a superior multiplication of explosive damage than you were supposed to. And like, they tried to fix it and they couldn't. They're like, essentially the only thing we could do would be to remove the explosive damage in general, or try to rework the whole system and make the explosive damage make sense. If they ended up going in to do that though, they would literally have to rewrite the entire game's code, because energy weapons were like obviously part of probably day one. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's deep in the codes. So they decided that they had to remove it, and it made sense because they were already removed as an option to earn in the game. So like, if you got an energy explosive weapon in the early days, you were the only people that had it. So they ended up calling it like, you know, a fucking whatchamacallit weapon. So if you had that, cool. If you didn't, sucks to be you. They duped the living fuck out of it. So there was literally hundreds of thousands of them probably. But people weren't giving them away or selling them anymore in the game. What they were doing was they were going on fucking third-party websites that sell in-game stuff for actual fucking money. So people were starting to sell them for like 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 bucks. And obviously Bethesda already has that as one of the, like, that's a breach of contract. If you do this, you automatically don't have an account anymore. You can't make one again either. Like, full IP ban. And so instead of them going through with the ban waves like everybody would have thought, like, it's a big company, they can do that, they said, fuck the dumb shit, we're just going to take it out of the game, and if you have one, it's gone. Like, not the gun, you still have the gun, but the explosive damage perk, like the legendary perk, is gone now. So they officially got rid of it. Finally! But what's even funnier is that there's other guns in the game already that were technically even higher damage than those, but nobody fucking played the game normal to figure it out. It's all about strategy, and one of the biggest strategies in this game is essentially using food buffs. Like, you can buff the fucking shit out of yourself with food buffs.
Oh yeah, that's one of my really favorite. Well, no, I said that weird because I'm kind of tired, but one of my favorite things that they did with Valheim, because like there is no like fucking, you know, like best stats or fucking armor or whatever the fuck it is. Like armor does play a part in it, but it's all about your food.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I get that. That makes sense. But it is different. Like, I can say, like, grinding for food in this game is way more, like, it's strategic as fuck, because not only does food decay rather rapidly, if you want to farm for it, you can't really farm for it unless you have that second character that you created to hold all your shit. Because if you're holding it and you're not actually playing that character, it doesn't decay. So what people do is they'll get in a group of people that are farming the same thing. They'll farm it, create like a fuckload together, and then they'll disperse it evenly in the group, and each one of those people has a fucking dummy that they give everything to hold. And then when they need it again, they'll just, you know, pop up that dummy, pull it in the lobby, fucking drop it in a suitcase somewhere, then they'll leave, and then they'll bring back their other character, their main character, join the lobby again, and grab it out of the fucking suitcase. Because there is no trading in this game that's safe. Yet. They have talked about it recently, like, they said something about it like 4 or 5 months ago about like, we are aware that like trading with players is very sketchy. They know that there is people that exploit it, blah blah blah, and they're working on a system that's more server based. So it's gonna be like it's gonna be like Warframe, like where you have to lock it in.
Yeah.
It's not such a priority, but with anything besides weapons though, because weapons are the only thing you can actually trade to players and be like, listen, I got a weapon and I want 40,000 caps. That's the max caps you can have. Like, you can't trust anybody on that, because once you put the item you want to trade in, they could put anything in and click accept immediately, and you don't even have to click accept. It's just insta trade. Yeah. They could even go through your inventory and select other things that they want, and you wouldn't even see it as a trade option necessarily. You can see it now, but there's still no like accept thing. It's what they put in, what you put in, and then somebody clicks accept, and then it goes through automatically.
Way ahead of you. Time to hit the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of fuckery with that. So nobody I don't know if you've heard of it, but people use the courier service through Reddit and other trade hubs now. So what you do is you give your shit to this one dude that's got a courier rating, so he has to be like uprated in Reddit as like a trustable person. And then that other person gives them the item, they give that person the item, then they give you the item or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no, you don't get scammed because there's no way to do it. They're literally just dropping it on the ground, and essentially that courier is picking it up, and then bada bing bada boom. The courier doesn't pick it up. They have they do it on private servers so they can like immediately fucking kick the person. Like if they don't drop their item, or they refuse to or whatever, they're just gonna kick them and give you your shit back and be like, that's it. it's over. We're not dealing with this person. Then that person's gamer tag, like their actual like account, not it's like this. You can change your name on Steam, but on this you can't change your name. So your name on this is permanent. So whatever, like I put Abraham 6606. That's my typical name. If I was to be put on the do not trade list, like they will not do courier service for you at all anymore. Like you have no chance to trade with anybody unless you're a scammer and you're trying to get something from noobs, which noobs don't trade anyways, so they don't know what to trade. They don't have good shit, so. I feel like the courier service should be in-game technically though. Like it should be, you drop your item in a box, nobody can retrieve it. The other person drops their item in a box, nobody can retrieve it. Then you guys talk to the courier person or whatever, and then bada bing, bada boom. You get the item they put in, they get the item you put in. That would be the best way to do it. I feel like that might actually be a bit difficult though, but they might do something like that. The only reason I think it might be difficult is because you can still lag switch in this game to do things, and well, lag switches break a lot of shit. That's how people were duping weapons. Yeah. Like I said, there used to be a fuck ton of legacy weapons. There's not anymore. Like, you could meet somebody that seriously is going to sit there and he's going to have one on the wall and it says trade, but then underneath of it they'll have like spelled out with letters and shit, so you get like a lettering thing you can use, and it'll say like 25 bucks. But if you buy it, that person's not going to take that thing down because they have 100 of them duped. And they're fucking spud characters, so. Yeah, it was crazy. It was funny because like that was one of the main people that started getting duped for, or not duped, but getting like scammed for a while, was people with legacy weapons. And I liked that. I thought that was funny. Like, ha 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 ha. You didn't even get the money for it, you dumb fuck.
So fun fact, I'm actually fucking stuck right now. Like I'm stuck, bro, stuck.
Like you can't move?
No. I mean, I've been dealing with that today, but yeah, it won't let us fucking exfil.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait, is it doing it now? This is the second time this has happened today.
So what you have to do is like everybody that's near the exfil has to leave the area and then come back to it. Usually that fixes it. That's an old fucking bug that's still in the game.
Apparently.
Man.
Yeah, we were all there, and then we all left and went to the main part of the map and then came back, and it was just like, we're waiting on all the players, and we're just like, all of us are here.
So the issue was like one person got there before everybody else. And that person's shit was fucked. Or internet or something. I'm not exactly sure, but that's usually what it meant.
Yeah, they ended up, I think it was me. That sucks.
Damn.
Yeah, because like I said, that was the second time this happened today, and this was the second time it went down the exact same way. We just said, kind of, fuck it, let's just go ahead and start running running another round of it. We was doing disruption. And, exfil started getting kind of hot, because all the fucking enemies. Right. And, yeah, anyways, so yeah, I go back in and start helping the other dude fucking finish up. And we finished one wave, and he's like, all right, let's try it again. So, obviously, he gets there before I do, because my movement's kind of trash. And,
Wait, you got decent internet, though.
So I do.
Be you.
But that's the thing, is that they ended up exfilling before me. And then host migration, and then I'm the only one left, and then I have to make it to exfil, and then I get to go.
So it was one of them that was host then. And to get host, by the way, you have to consistently play without leaving. Like you
don't.
need to stay in lobbies for a long time.
Yeah. I usually stay till the end.
I mean, longer than usual.
Hmm.
So I'm saying, like, if you're doing like a survival or a defense or some shit, if you stay longer than other people, then the game kind of pushes you up in the host category.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I get host fairly often still, because like I said, when I played before, we were going for like super high levels.
Fascinating stuff.
Yeah. I don't stay anymore, so I don't know why I'm ever host, but
Hmm.
I have been. It's weird because when you go to leave and you're the only one leaving, it like does the host migration, and it's like you have to sit there for a minute. Well, it migrates to the next person.
Oh, hell yeah,
And then you
dude.
get next. Oh fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude. We got an excavation on a lift fisher. This is great,
Ew.
right? That's what I'm talking about. Every time I see those, like, I just immediately stop what I'm doing and go just go do it.
By the way, oh, I almost forgot.
I tried to say.
The next time that there is a double XP event, you should hop on this game.
On the flute?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, because
might.
we can
I
get
very
you
well
leveled
might.
up insanely fucking fast.
We're here in lost artifacts, items buried deep
I
below
have
the
a
surface.
lot
The
of
scanner has picked up the
XP
target.
boosts.
Go to the dig site.
A lot. A lot.
You need
A
them to
lot?
open a-
A
Hey,
lot.
hey, speaking of weird deep voices, can you do that deep voice with it?
For the locals.
Yeah.
With it. Can you say it's
Wait.
happening?
You
It's
found the
happening.
fissure. Look out for reactant.
I don't know if you know that, but right now, sir, it's happening.
I don't know what it is. It's happening.
It was on the news the other day, and I didn't believe it. But here we are.
The enemy's
And it's
protected
happening.
reactant. Keep fighting.
I need you to accept that fate.
Yeah,
It's happening.
it's happening.
Unit while it
This
is-
just
It's
in.
happening. Yup. Confirmed. I opened the door. It's happening. Close the shades. I can see it still. It's all over the walls.
It's happening. Oh fuck! Oh fuck it! I'm so sorry. It happened. I tried to stop it.
Talking to the president the other day, but it happened. Couldn't stop it. It didn't really make much sense, but it still happened.
The scanner is picked up the target. Go to the dig site.
Anyways,
Yeah,
Watch for security systems.
yeah. Yeah, I'm a little brain
I
dead
really wish
today.
I could. I wish I could just do that voice at work
Vader is ready to go.
for like the
Keep
whole
it
day.
powered.
Get away with it.
Ooh, dude, I feel like your throat would be sore as fuck.
Nah. It doesn't really even affect my throat,
That's what she said.
surprisingly.
But yeah, man, I'm on fucking
Excavation
5.5
complete.
hours of sleep.
We found.
Yeah,
It's happening.
it's happening.
Ain't nothing you can do about it.
I'm gonna piss real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. Dude, what are these fucking people doing, man?
Dig complete. Your hard work has just been rewarded. Extraction is now available.
They're freaking out because it's happening.
Fucking pissing me off is what's happening.
Is it happening now?
Yeah. I'm leaving the fucking mission because we were doing a fucking excavation, and this fucking we're at 6. We have 6 fucking the little fisher fucking things, right? And yeah. The fucking somebody kept filling the other fucking excavator full. So we had 20 seconds to get 5, and they kept killing the fucking enemies before they turned. And they weren't dropping anything. And yeah, then I looked at the levels, and this is honestly, it makes me feel good about myself because I'm a level 9, but I don't think I act like it.
Go ahead and tell you right now, though, a lot of people, including myself, done it before, where it's like for the first mission or two on that, we wait until the enemies are like a plethora.
Yeah.
So they'll go through like the first 2 before they even actually start like going for the thingies to open relics, because it's not worth it in the first one.
Right.
Or 2.
That's what I'm saying. I try to kind of just stick with a group and only just focus on the fucking void things, like little radiant fucking things that you pick up, and then start the mission, because you can get it over in like seconds. Well,
No, what I'm saying
feels
is like
seconds.
people like purposely go through the first 2. Like they'll not even worry about the void traces on the first 2 sections. So like they'll purposely go through the first 2 things. Then they'll go through the second 2 things. Or how many of those drill things do you have to go through?
You only get 2 per round.
Yeah. So they'll start the 6th one to where on that specific thing they'll leave the one last fucking section to where like they don't put the thing in. So you skip the first 2 relics essentially. And then on the 3rd one is when you start waiting, and then you'll get so many enemies you'll actually be able to get them really fucking quick. And they'll actually technically, like, if they're doing it the way that I used to do it, we would fill all the fucking excavators all the way up until there was only one more thing that it needed, and then you just protect that for a minute until you get all your essence, and then all of a sudden you would fucking fill that and then move on to the next 2 and start doing those ones while it's doing its countdown.
Excavator is ready to go. Keep it powered, protected from enemy fire.
It's weird.
If you're saying they filled all 6, like all the way, then yeah, the one dude's just trying to go for cryotic, and he probably just joined on accident thinking it was the regular mission. To be fair though, cryotic is a very necessary thing, and you're gonna need probably 50,000-60,000 altogether just to do the base frames. That's not necessarily, and weapons, and not including primes. I know you have like almost 30,000 or 30,000+ cryotic right now, but dude, let me tell you, you're gonna fly through that shit, because there's one frame that I can remember specifically that requires like 6,000 for like 2 parts. It's like 3,000 for each, or 4,000 for one, 2,000 for the other. Or maybe I'm thinking of his weapon as the other part.
Alright. They're fucking doing it again. It's happening.
It's happening. It's happening.
Fuck.
You can always jump in the text thing and just be like, hey, can we hold up a minute?
Yeah, it's too late. It's fucking full. We have 20 seconds.
Well, I'm just saying for like the next one, just put in the text chat like, hey, you realize this is the relic mission? If they don't, then maybe they are really that dumb. Either that, or there's a lot more people that really like the high round stuff. If that's the case. Damn. chaotic missions really don't get too difficult until like way later though. You can go pretty fucking far before they start getting really, really fucking strong.
Yeah, they're bitching about it in the fucking chat too.
Like other people or
Yeah, the people in the group. They said there's always that one guy that adds the last battery before everyone's ready.
yeah, see? And that's what it is, like that last fucking battery, dude. Just hold off on that.
Yep, and now I'm stuck. Cool. I don't think I'm going to play Warframe tonight. That's actually really aggravating. That getting stuck today. I don't know what's going on. Today has just been full of
Always
bugs.
hop on Fallout with me, man.
I could. I'm just not in the mood to play anything new.
It's not new, it's Fallout. You've played it before.
Kinda.
You're just leveling up and doing like the intro fucking missions, man. It's fun. Shit, I'll even delete a character and restart, maybe.
He said, shit, I'll even do this for sure. Wait, maybe.
Yeah, it depends. It depends. I'd have to get on the character and see if he's holding shit. That's
Yeah,
worth
but
it.
you know, I'd have to, what'd you call it? I'd have to change the title of the stream and everything, and I'd have to change the thumbnail.
It's not difficult, but okay.
It's not, it's just, you know what I mean? It's
No.
just, it's the thumbnail. Thumbnail is, the title is not a big deal because I have the fucking AI give me ideas for it. And you just mix and match, copy, paste, bada boom, bada bing, done in seconds. And the thumbnail, however, is a little bit more involved with me.
Ooh, that's hot.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I make the best thumbnails, clearly, but I do like to try. So usually with the thumbnails, I don't know, like, so every week so far since I've started this endeavor has been pretty much like Monday after I get all my chores done for the house and shit. I fucking use the rest of the day to pretty much do all of my weekly shit. Like all the stuff that's supposed to come out through the week, like all the videos and the thumbnails and getting everything copied and pasted in my notepad so I can just, you know, set it over like a minute before I stream, and it just makes things really, really smooth. The reason I'm bringing that up though is because the thumbnail part, sometimes it takes an hour to make about 3 of them, sometimes it takes maybe an hour and a half. So when you divide that by 3, we're talking probably about 20 minutes. It's not that long in the grand scheme of things, but that is a lot of time considering that I'm supposed to stop streaming at 1:30 and it's already 20 to 1. So doing 20 minutes of work to stream for 30 minutes. I mean, it's either that or I could just fucking stop streaming now. But I don't want to. Anyways.
Yeah, anyways.
I did get a bunch of fucking weapons today, though. Well, I'm building a bunch of weapons today, which is pretty awesome. Super excited.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm getting the Bolto and the Viper. I'm gonna level them bitches up and then get the fucking, the Hystrix.
Hell yeah.
Yep. And then I got, the Gricata. Fucking, I'm building the Gricata. Technically, I'm building one, and then I'm gonna start building another one, because for some reason I can't build 2 at the same time. Because it's the same blueprint. So I'm gonna get that leveled up, and then put both of them in for the dual Gricata.
Dual Gracata.
Yeah. Gricata. Yep. Dude, I'm smelling him again.
It's just there.
Bro, what if he was?
That would be terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be. It would be so scary.
What can we do to help your journey? May this help your journey.
Damn. Well, that's unfortunate. I keep buying relic packs and hopefully get a P11. And yeah. What did you call it? RNG. RNG is just not my favorite today.
You gotta worship the RNGesus.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't think I'm ready to switch religions so soon, you know?
Yeah, it's tough. It's definitely tough.
Like I don't know how the current deities would feel about.
They wouldn't be happy.
No, probably not. Like you're literally worshiping a thing that's like the fuck.
His name is actually Satan, but it's cool. Clearly, his name is Satan, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think God would be that fucking punishing. Maybe in other ways, but not that.
No. It depends. Which god you talking about?
The God.
The god. The god. What's happening? Yeah. I don't
That's
know.
something that cracks me up though, because like people are like the end times are here, and I'm like, where?
They've been saying that for
Where-
fucking like millennia.
Where's the peace? Because there's supposed to be peace before the end of times. I don't see it.
Hmm.
Like the whole world is supposed to be peaceful, so it's not happening. End of times, my ass. It's the beginning of the end of times, maybe, but that could be like 1,000 fucking years.
Could be.
Especially like biblical years, man. Them fuckers go forever. Remember how fucking Abraham was alive for like fucking 900 years? You know.
No.
No, yeah. Well, he was. Dude was ancient.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know too much about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I had
People lived a lot fucking longer during the biblical times.
yeah,
Those OG days.
they were built different.
Sure, probably a little, maybe. Can't say that their skin was a little darker, you know. And everybody kind of looked the same still, but they were different to those people. You know what? And I know this sounds silly, but I do have an actual quote unquote conspiracy theory that's happening right fucking now. Like right now. Like has been happening for the past few days.
Okay.
So I have a 2008 truck, right? Made in 2008.
Hmm.
It has an analog clock on it. So when I got that truck, I set it to the exact time, and I did the whole like I watched my fucking clock. As soon as it changed, I click ping, set. You know, like that's the time. Now, granted, the whole like whatever they fucking call it, thing for farmers, you know, daylight savings time, whatever that bullshit is. That changed, so that's why I was like, you know, I went to pick you up or whatever, and it was like what 11 fucking 20.
Yeah, but it's still a few minutes off.
It was technically 12:20, so it's an hour off, right?
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
an
it
hour
was
and a
a few
couple of
minutes.
minutes, right?
with an incoming routine.
It wasn't
How's
before.
that feel?
It was literally like on the dot the minute was correct. But recently, that minute difference has been getting even worse. And I'm 100% because like my watch is a fucking smart watch. My phone, smartphone, blah blah blah. It's all internet-based time right now, right? I have a theory that the only reason I'm saying this is because, like, yeah, we all have our days where it seems like the day is going slower, the day is going quicker, right? That's pretty common all the time. Some days they go by fast, some days they go by slow.
Up to your reputation.
I actually have like a legitimate theory that I believe is kind of true, is that nowadays they are purposely setting clocks a little different than what an analog or a original style fucking
Right,
like
they're back, and they're well pissed.
what do you call it? A you know, like a gear watch, peg and gear type shit.
Way ahead of you. Time to hit the pub.
Which they've already said before is like those, they're no longer, it's not trustworthy because if a battery is dying, then the clock slows down. Bullshit though. That's bullshit. So when I was a kid, I remember the clock would go until it just stopped. But the clock was always right. Our TV shows, always at the same fucking time. Everything else was same time. When the clock battery died, it fucking died, the clock would stop. We never had a clock that would just slow down. I don't know if you had clocks in your house like that, but like we had one like fairly large clock that we had for years, like fucking 15 years of my life we had this clock. So that was little. And every time it did the same thing. Like when the battery went too low, it would just stop. It didn't slow down because the battery was dying. It would just stop at the end. So I honestly think like, because over time, Earth's days are going to change no matter what. Like the time that you wake up and the time that you go to sleep doesn't necessarily change, but the actual time of like the sun rising and setting is going to change. And even what's his fucking face? The scientist, the black dude, the fucking
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, that guy. He actually explained it quite well. It's because like we're in an ovular rotation, ovular, whatever. So it's like in a sense, no matter what, you can't really set time to a definitive like. That's why the months of the year are different. That's why the calendars show different times. That's why each year certain days change each fucking year. And they don't change in an order. It always changes over time. And I think what's happening is instead of, you know, scientists being able to say like, hey, just so you guys know, for the next so many years, time is shorter, you know. But if you look back at it for a little bit, for me, I'm kind of thinking like, hey, you remember way back in the day when, you know, you were learning about the Bible and shit, and they're like, hey, these guys lived for 900 fucking years. What if time was shorter for them, and a year was still technically the same, but it was shorter?
Right.
So like the seasons fucking flushed through so fast that they considered that a year that was done, because in the rotation at the time, like it just, the day went by in what we would consider a few hours, you know. And what if that was legitimately how it went? And we're going back into that rotation now where it's kind of like it's going to start, you know, speeding up things. Like it's slowing down, but it's speeding up the days. So our regular clocks, analog clocks, original style fucking like I said, like gear and peg style clocks, whatever. I know they have a different name, but still. What if those are still kind of like, they're legit, and that's the actual timing that we used to use, but we can't use it anymore.
Could be.
It's just a theory. It's just a theory, but at the same time, I could see it being a very plausible, logical thing.
The scanner has picked picked up a
Is
target.
that, like they've already
Go to
said,
the dig
if you
site.
go back so many years anyways, like even in the fucking BD, like, or whatever, like BC, whatever the fuck they call it, that shit was recorded, but there was no definitive, like, this is what we used as our clock, only this, you know, the Catholic clock didn't come out until the fucking 80s, you know? So BC time could be totally fucking different than AD, and our current time could be going back to like a
Look what we
different
just uncovered.
section of like how that worked. But maybe it's speeding up because if you really look into it, we're consistently getting closer to the sun. Well over time, like takes a long fucking time, but it's happening. Hence the whole global warming thing is like, yeah, there is things that we're doing that could cause issues, but at the same time,
An artifact has been located.
we're technically getting closer to the sun super slowly, but it's an ovular fucking rotation, so we're also technically hitting that cycle in the belt where we are going to be closer to the sun for a while. Unfortunately, the thing that's causing the global warming isn't necessarily the fact that we're getting closer to the sun, it has to do with the fact that the ozone layer is decaying. It's just interesting to think about.
It is.
The fun
Yeah.
part is a lot of that actual like facts, but then there's the other part where it's like it's not like it's unconfirmed that we are possibly going to a point where the days are getting quicker. But it's bizarre as fuck that I literally like my dad was in the truck with me helping me set that fucking time.
Dig complete.
And like we both were sitting there for a second looking at our phones, and as soon as my phone switched I clicked the button and he's like, it changed, and I'm like, I got it. And yeah, my truck was on fucking point until slightly after the fucking daylight saving time switch thing. And now it's like 4 minutes off almost. I remember it being like 2 or 3
Scanner has picked up a
recently
target.
too, because I was
Go
like,
to the dig
I was using it when I was going to work and I'd be like, fuck, I gotta get here a little quicker, and it would say like, it would be like 12:28, and I'd get to work and I'd go to clock in, but it was already fucking 12:30, and I'm like, what the fuck? Could just be a fucked up clock, but at the same time, curiosity still arises. The only reason I don't think that the clock is fucked up is because like the battery on the truck has not died. Not once. I've not had one issue with it. It's still running. Analog clocks go on a 60-second ticking pattern consistently. Like even when the car is off, there is a node that continuously keeps that count going. That node has not... There's no way a node, even from 2008, has had any fucking issues. It's all it does is hold a small charge. You know?
Yeah.
Did actually have any form of an issue, I think it would like kind of constrain the whole fucking system and be like, oh, we're glitching the fuck out.
Excavation complete.
You have to reset the timer and everything, or like the time, not the timer. I really want to look into it more because I also know that like based on
Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
based on the imperial fucking timing system that they've used for all these years, the cogs that are used
Excavator
do
deployed.
have that
Protect the unit while it
rotation
extracts the artifact.
technically built into them.
An artifact has been located.
And
Proceed to the dig site.
I want to know how that works. I really wish I knew more about that form of timing. Like that engineering timing type shit. Like it's gotta be immaculate already. But the fact that they can make a watch or a clock out of fucking cogs that knows exactly like when to click each second, you know, that's incredible.
It is super precise.
It's bizarre. And that's the one thing I can say too is when it came to school, I had a really, 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 really tough time with so it's bizarre because I like geometry and I like trigonometry, but when it came to algorithmic shapes, God, I was retarded. Never understood that shit. They're like, everything has to do with shapes and numbers, and I'm like, huh? Numbers I get. Shapes, what?
What are those?
Right. I really felt retarded when they're like, seriously, like, you know, if you think of everything and you go down to pi, like pi is technically supposed to be a shape. And if you can kind of like picture that shape, you can picture any algorithmic number because a pi in positive is just a pi. Pi in negative is no pi. A pi in a different sense is partial pi or negative partial pi. That was fine. It was when they started saying like, but what if it's square? And I'm like, what? They're like, then you gotta speed up the process in these certain fucking sections. And I'm like, how does that fucking make sense? It doesn't. It does, but it doesn't. Yeah, trigonometry was stupid because it was just it was the same thing as fucking. Oh my god, I don't even want to get into it. That shit pissed me off. Like, too hard. It's not. It's literally math times math. No, it was math times mass, in my opinion. That's how I figured it out.
I fucking hated math.
I fucking hated it when I was homeschooled, but as soon as I went to high school, I loved it because my mom sucked at teaching math because she didn't know anything about it. So she would literally make me and my sister read the fucking teacher's book. And my sister used to cheat and she would go to the end of the book to get the answers. And I was always like, I know the answer. So I would write it down and I would be like, this is the answer. And she'd go through the book and she was like pretending to be my teacher, you know?
Yeah.
Because like my mom was leaving us alone at that point. And she would be like, how the fuck did you get that one? You know, like what equation did you use? Blah, blah, blah. And I would try to explain it. And every time it was like, that's not what it says here. I'm like, what? Like, I'm explaining it perfectly. What are you talking about? And then I'd read it and I'd be like, oh, that's the dumbed down version. What are you talking about? Like, that's simplified math. Why are we... No. You're breaking it down into too many segments. You don't even need that. Fractions were my favorite because that was literally a piece of pie. And I'm not even joking, like I thought of it as pie. Or cake, even. It's weird because when I think of numbers, like they're in my brain, and then there's a shape, and it's usually pi, like it's the shape of a pie. Or I break it down into a flat level, like persona, and then decode from there. And I worked when I did math, I always worked backwards. I never did it like the whole, you gotta do this, you gotta show your work, blah blah blah. I hated when teachers were like, you need to show your work on this test, because I'm like, ah, fuck. You're telling me that I can answer the question and then I have to fucking break it down into dumb terms? Okay. Let me take an extra fucking 20 minutes on each question. Assholes. I finally, when I got to trigonometry, they stopped doing that shit. They were like, at that point, I was just like, if I get the answer correct, can I just have like the grade? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Excavator is ready to go. Powered and protected from enemy fire.
My trigonometry teacher was dope as fuck. My geometry teacher was an asshole. I slept in class because all I fucking did was this shit at fucking school. When it came to homework, I stopped doing it. Because he wanted us to show answers on everything, and I literally was just, that was when I first started smoking weed too, because I was like 15, you know, first year in high school. I was about to turn 16 or whatever, and the first test we had was right around the corner, right? And I'm just like, this will be easy, you know? I'm like, this is great. I'm doing shit I did like 2 years ago. This is awesome. And yeah, I did everything. Did it all. Did all the fucking homework. Did all the fucking tests. Everything. But he would give me like really bad shit on my fucking homework all the time because I didn't show show how I did the work in my head. And then when I tried to, he was like, "You're skipping steps," and I'm like, "What do you mean? Like that's I'm not skipping anything. I'm finding the answer, dude." God damn! Don't gotta be a dick about it. He was alright. He was an alright dude. Like he just wanted that because he thought that was like the way the colleges do things, you know, and like they want that. And unfortunately, that was part of my deterrent towards college because like they like to see your work. And it wasn't just that. There was other things. English, by the way. Jesus Christ. I hated English in high school.
Let's go on the offensive.
I started off in English. I think that was English 101. And we were reading, oh god, what is that book?
Great
The one with the
Gatsby.
birds. No,
Oh,
no,
How
the
to
one
Kill a
with the birds.
Mockingbird.
No, the blackbirds going around, flying around. They ended up making a movie about it too.
Yeah, that
Oh
one.
god, I can't remember what the fuck that's called.
The only thing I can think of is The Crow.
That might be what it was.
It's kind of a dark
So
book to be in school, if it is.
It's the one where the crows kind of take over the whole fucking island essentially, and they literally, everybody kind of fucking freaks out and then wants to kill themselves and shit. Yeah. I don't think they really wanted to kill themselves, but they thought it was the end of times or some shit, something like that. I don't fucking know. Anyways, yeah, that was one of the first books we read that year, and we had to go into like a detailed explanation of everything that like explained the story, and I summed it up into like a paragraph and a half, and she was fucking pissed. Fucking pissed, dude. She thought I was retarded. I'm not even joking. Like she thought I was the dumbest piece of shit. And I explained to her, and I'm like, listen, this is what I got out of it. I don't know what the fuck everybody else is supposed to get out of this, what you expect from me, blah, 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 but this is what I'm giving you, and you're gonna have to fucking deal with it. And she's like, then you're gonna have to deal with the grade. And I'm like, fine. You know, I was a pretty cocky kid, I'm not gonna lie. When it came to school, I was really cocky, because I learned a lot of that shit already, so I was like, I don't know what the fuck you want from me. And, you know what's funny? It was Huckleberry Finn, where I finally broke through with my teacher, and she was just like, alright, I understand where you're coming from with everything now. She kind of explained to me, like, the problem is, like, the reason I'm giving you low grades isn't because you're not answering what I'm asking, it's because you're shortening everything up so fast and summarizing it in such a small category so simplistically, like, it's not explaining everything. And I'm like, okay, I got you there, but at the same time, why do I need to explain these other steps? And she's like, that's kind of what creates the grade. So I asked her, I was like, alright, so what I want you to do then, because you're my teacher, if you want me to fucking do this extra stuff, you need to start explaining to me a little bit more. Like, when you give me something to do, I want you to explain to me in the steps what you want. And she's like, fair enough. And every fucking time after that, whenever we read a book and she's like, summarize blah blah blah, she would explain to me specifically, and other people, she's gonna say like, I want 8 paragraphs based on this chapter. I don't even want 8 paragraphs for the whole thing. I want 8 paragraphs on this one chapter. And to go like deep thoughts on it. And that made it so much fucking better, because before I was just like, you want the summary? Okay. Well, I'm gonna do it like a fucking newscaster. You know, like, there's birds, they chase people, people panic, they go into the indoors, they open a window, more birds. Try to go outside, more birds. Somebody gets in their car, birds all around the car, end. You know, like that's how I was thinking of it. Obviously, I was like actually putting in a whole fucking paragraph for that one thing that I just said. But what she wanted was like each specific section to be paragraphed, and I'm like, oh, that's stupid. it's a lot of writing that's not necessary, but okay. And she finally started giving me the time of day to like understand what she really wanted, and I started doing a lot better. I'm not gonna lie, I went from a fucking C to like a B in probably 2 months. Just because she finally asked me like what she really wanted, you know. I miss that teacher a little bit because she was one of those ones that was like very, like she was such a soft-spoken person. She had like this really sweet, soft voice, and she kind of had like this to every word she said. So it was super and soft, and everything seemed peaceful. But then when she would grade my shit, I was like, why do you hate me? You know? I'm like, you're a fucking bitch. And then finally, like, we had that little... Dude, I actually did it in front of the classroom, though, where I was like, I don't understand what the fuck you want from me! Like, I was, like, leaning to other fucking students, like, do you guys understand what I'm saying? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't get it. And then, yeah, she started taking her time and being a little bit more, like, I don't know, verbally... I don't know, dude. She just started explaining things a lot fucking better. And after that, dude, I started really enjoying her class. Huckleberry Finn, though, that was funny because I had already read it. And we had to read it again. And we read a bunch of it in class. Like, we read probably like the first 2 or 3 chapters in class. And I'm sure you already know that the first chapter already has the N-word in it like 5 fucking times. So, it's a bunch of white kids, by the way, and like, we had the school that I went to, because it was like a country-ass school, like, out in the middle of fucking nowhere, technically, kind of. You know, like, everybody out there had nothing but farmland. Like, just, it was all farms around the whole fucking school. And, the only black person that I knew that was actually black was this one dude that was on the football team. All the other black people there were like country black. So it was like not your standard, you know, knows shit about black people kind of people. Like, they were whitewashed as fuck.
An artifact has been located. Proceed to the dig.
We even had this one kid that was funny enough, because like back then anime was not a cool thing at all still. And he was like an anime nerd slash video game nerd slash wannabe goth dude. And oh god, I don't even remember what class was that. Oh, that was the politics class, government class. Dude, that kid was fucking so fucking quiet for the first few months. Nobody talked to him. And then one fucking day, we had a in-class presentation thing we had to do, and this dude did a presentation, I swear to god, did a presentation on some fucking nerdy ass shit, and I swear to god it was like Dragon Ball Z or something. Something that's super popular now. But he did this full fucking thing, and his whole, like the entire fucking time, his whole thing was so lively and energetic, it was like, when the fuck did this kid start talking, dude? Like, he doesn't talk to any of us. And this presentation was immaculate, bro. Like, he was involved with it was so cool. And I befriended the fuck out of him after that.
That's it.
Like, this dude's fun. It's awesome. Can't remember his name anymore, but he
Your hard work has just been rewarded.
he was very open-minded about everything. It was cool. It's fun because at that point this was like right after I started smoking weed, right? Like I said, like this was like freshman year, so me having gone from being like the super sober kid to finally being a dude that could be like, hey, I smoked weed. Um, I thought this guy never fucking did anything. I thought this kid was just like quiet, kept to himself, has like a black family that's super like, you know, cautious. They don't want to get called out, have some racist shit go down, blah blah blah. Because like I said, it was like farmland, country type people. This is in Michigan too, so it's like you kind of have to be careful where you're at because everybody thinks of, oh, black people, they belong in Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was neat. He was different. He was fun. He was smart as fuck. And when he opened up on that, dude, he became the classroom's like most favorite person. Everybody in the class started liking the dude. And I remember specifically because, like, here's the thing. He was always sitting in the front row, but he was always off to the side. He was either all the way to the right side of the class or all the way on the left side. And he would come in, sit down, put his book bag down, pull out his shit, and just work silently. Once he did that, and we started realizing, like, this dude's fucking entertaining. He's got common sense. Like, he's not annoying. There's nothing about him that says, hey, I'm better than you. None of that. Dude, he got so fucking close to dating one of the hottest chicks in the school because of his personality, and the dude wasn't even like, he was not a looker, let me tell you. Like, he was not even in the top 10 in that classroom of maybe 23 people. Like, dude made some fucking mad fucking impressions on that one little thing.
Protect the unit while it extracts the artifact. The scanner has target. Go
Like,
to
that
dig
chick was
site.
hot as fuck too, man. Can't remember her name, but she had a unique name, and I was already friends with her and everything. Like, I was friends with pretty much everybody in class because, you know, I was slinging drugs at that point too already, because I was on medications that I wasn't taking, so I was giving people the medications at school for a couple bucks. Ritalin mainly, but
The excavator has lost power. Find cell.
no, it was, oh man, it was bizarre. Dude was just out of nowhere, wham bam, couple weeks before he ever talked to anybody, and when he did, everybody just ignored him. And then finally, it's this one fucking presentation, like partway through the year. I don't even know if it was halfway through or what, but it was pretty close to that. Dude, this one fucking presentation, man, made an impression on everybody. Everybody in the school knew this kid after that. And he opened up like a fucking flower, let me tell you.
It's been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
He used to get dropped off by his parents because he didn't like the bus. I remember after that, he rode the same bus as me, dude. He started showing up on the bus, and he would just be cautious about who he sat with, and then all of a sudden we're just like, yo, dude, what up? And he'd sit in the seat near us, and we'd all just fucking chat it up, and he was into Pokemon and all this shit, and we'd all be talking about that stuff, and he liked the same kind of fucking music too, so he was like into like the punk rock stuff. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. He was like a goth black kid, so he clearly had some taste in music. At that time, being a goth meant you had a taste in music, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
You would have probably been like well, to be fair, I graduated in 2008. I don't know what year you were in high school, but you were probably a freshman when I graduated.
When did you graduate?
2008.
Oh, yeah.
I graduated early, so I graduated the year that Doug was supposed to graduate.
Yeah, I graduated late. I graduated in 2012.
Yeah, so I mean, well, you would have been like maybe a sophomore. Maybe. I don't know. How old are you again?
turning 30 in December.
No, yeah, you're only a couple years old. Still blows my mind that fucking Doug graduated in 2010, and that was the year I was supposed to graduate. So that's the funny thing too. I got 2 class rings because when I became a freshman the first time, it was the first time I was in high school, like public school, we went ahead and got my class ring, and it said 2010. And then like 2 years later, I was already a fucking, I think I was in junior classes. Junior / senior classes, I guess, technically, because I was in advanced classes. But I ended up getting another ring. I said I was going to graduate in 2008. I lost both of them to chicks because I was a dumbass, and they wanted my rings, and I was like, sure. We're going to be together forever. We weren't.
Yeah.
Both times. Oh, good stuff, though. Good stuff.
Fuck you,
And I went to
dude.
two different high schools, too.
This fucking guy.
This fucking guy. Who the fuck does he think he is?
He's causing me anxiety the entire fucking game. And then has the fucking nuts to say GG in the chat. Go fuck yourself, dude. Jesus, bro. Ugh. Out of all of that, I did get to crack fucking 3, I think, which was dope. 3 out of 5.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that actually kind of made me a little bit upset.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I don't know what happened. It's like something happened overnight, dude.
It happened.
It happened. Something fucking happened, dude. I don't know what it was, but it did. And like yesterday, pretty much from the time that I started playing the game up until like yesterday, everything's been fucking great. It's been phenomenal. And then it's just like all of a sudden, you know, hella bugs today in the game, and just, you know, dealing with that. A lot of problems there. And then also it's like, it's fucking Thursday, my dude. Like, what the fuck? You know, like, it's Thursday. It's not a special day. It's in the middle of the fucking month, and there's just all of a sudden just hella fucking people that happen to be in my lobbies that are just fucking dumb. And I'm smelling DJ, and I'm not still, you know, like, I'm not still doing that, like, anyways, but he fucking better not be there tomorrow. I'm
Calling DJ tomorrow? Okay.
No.
I don't know if he's there or not.
Yeah, he probably fucking will be.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's cool. We hired 3 people, so he's out the door soon.
Yeah. Then it's not good news for me though, because Jake still hasn't fixed my points.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, you should probably talk to Jake, because if not, we have to term you.
Yeah. Yeah. I did talk to
Yeah,
Jake,
yeah,
and he
yeah.
told me that he would take care of it, and didn't.
Yeah, Taylor was like, you need to term him. I'm like, gotcha, wink wink. And then I was like, Jake's supposed to talk to him again. And she's like, did he talk to Jake already? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, okay. And then she calls Jake immediately. And she's like, so Jake, did you talk to Zach? And he's like, maybe. And then all of a sudden he's like, yeah. And then he said, took care of some of his points that he showed that were like part of LOA, you know. And after that she was like, okay, and then hung up or whatever. But you need to talk to Jake, because neither myself nor Dave can get rid of those points without us getting repercussions.
Right.
So you you need to talk to him ASAP. Because by the way, you're at like 7.5 points or 7 points right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
Jake scenario there.
If all of the points that I'm not supposed to have on there get taken off, it'll take me down to 5. That's why I talked to him when I did. And I was like, is there anything that you can do to just take me down to 4.5?
Well, he did take points off before, but I'm saying like you need to talk to him again. And my suggestion is tell him.
Yeah, but he
"Hey,
hasn't touched my points since the last time I talked to him. And that was after
Right,
the
well,
4th of
he
July
can't.
incident.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
That was before.
No. I talked to him after the 4th of July incident because 4th of July was a double point day. And I was like, I'm aware that, it's a double point day, and I'm aware that there's not much anything that anybody can really do about that. And you were like, yeah, maybe it's probably one of the better things to lead with. It's just like, I accept the fact that it's a double point. I accept to keep it. I'm not going to try to fight it at all, but I'm just like, anything
Was
you
he
can do to take me
near
down
a
to 4.5.
computer when you said that, or was he on the computer? Because if not, then
No.
he's not going to remember, and also he didn't take care of those points.
I
is
know.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he was, no, he was in the middle of something, and I just remember talking to him. I asked him as we were passing when I was coming out of the bathroom. So I'm aware that he hasn't taken care of those points yet still, and the fact that you guys just hired that many people, that's what I'm saying. It's not good. Not good for me.
well, no, I mean we had to hire at least 2 people, and then we're getting rid of DJ. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If y'all are, my points are still where they're at, and that's the plan. I'm not too far behind, so I feel it.
yeah,
That's cool. Hopefully he's there tomorrow. Jake, not DJ.
right. Well, they might both be there. If not, it's going to be at least one of them. I can assure you of that. I'm not sure which, but one of them will be there.
Yeah. Yeah. Hang on just a second. I'll be RB. All right. Where we at? There we are. All right. A little bit kind of a weird stream today. So, anyways.